Bowers Game Corner presents Gencon Video Bonanza 2015. Brought to you by Gatekeeper Games, makers of The King's Armory, Thunder Track, the new sequel to Turbo Rally Card Racing, and the generous support of our Kickstarter backers.
Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again today for more of our Gen Con Bonanza blowout coverage. We're here live at Gen Con 2015, and I am very, very excited because we're going to be taking a look at Aetherium from
Anvil Eight Games.
Anvil Eight Games, and Chris is going to show it, and he knows a lot more about it than I do. So, Chris, what is it?
Well, Aetherium is a new game that we've just released. Came out back in April. Some of you may have known us from our Kickstarter we did last year around Adepticon, and that's when the game first hit general release this year. But this is our first year at Gen Con, so we're really excited, really stoked, to have the fortunate, fortunes to have a booth here. So Aetherium is a hybrid between a miniatures and a board game. The cool thing is that if you're new to mini games, it's a nice way to get into it because it doesn't require the time or financial investment that a lot of mini games do. There's not a ton of models in the game, but if you're a minis gamer, our game has that kind of collectible aspect. You can build and add on to your armies, but it also has some really slick, nice models too that have some really great detail.
All right, so what's the player count on this? What kind of mechanisms can we expect in this game? What are you going to be doing in Aetherium?
Okay, so Aetherium right now is mostly a one-on-one, two-player type game. You can have more players if you'd like, but the game starts to take longer, and we really like to kind of advertise the game takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, it's that hybrid of a miniatures and a board game, so it doesn't take the massive amount of time that some of the other mini games do. So if you're looking for something a little bit quicker, that's what it is. And if you're into like a board game type style, everything in the core box is a full game. You could buy the core box and never drop another dime, and you would have everything you need to play with every single unit in the game. And I'll get tell you more about that in a second. So.
Now, I'm seeing different characters down here. Am I guessing there's asymmetrical? You're going to have different powers than your opponent, or is it symmetrical?
Yeah. So, like any good miniatures game, we've got factions. Right now, we have two. There's Axiom, which is kind of this police state that is all about controlling the system, and then we have the Nanime, which are these rebel anarchist riders that are all about keeping the system free for man. The Aetherium itself is a digital virtual computer system that man has somewhat created and built and discovered. And so the game takes place within this system. And the models that you see represent the programs that your users are running through the system. The cool part about our game and kind of the most unique mechanic is that it's got some resource management in it, like some other games. War Machine with Focus is a good example that we kind of, it's kind of similar to. But you use your RAM, which is your resource, to move the tiles around by either shifting them around the board or rotating them. And so, as any miniature gamer might expect, especially like right here, if I were to turn this tile completely around, now I have vastly changed the layout of this unit. And by shifting them, I can put them out of position or get them into a better position for my troops to attack. The other reason you want to do that is because this blue mat represents what's called quantum noise. This is kind of the raw, uninhabited part of the system that mankind hasn't tamed yet. And if your units go into that, they'll take damage from all the feedback and it messes up their connections, or it can outright kill them.
All right, so what is the MSRP on this? All that kind of good stuff?
Let me grab a box here. So this right here is a core box. And if you guys want to take a look over here, this shows everything that we've got actually laid out. So the core game is $100, and it comes with a beautiful mousepad mat. It comes with all your different tiles. The mousepad mat, a lot of people ask, this was a Kickstarter stretch goal that is now going to be in every single game that we make. So there is no shenanigans in that regard. If you buy the game, it comes with that. You get 12 different tiles, which are double-sided. The tiles themselves have the symbols on them that act for how terrain works in the game. So it's built in. The rule book here is a full 110-page color rule book that includes the backstory and fluff of the game. It also includes all the different units in the game too. So like I said, this book has all the rules for every model that we currently have. So you can proxy stuff out and try out what you like before you have to buy a unit. If you find something you really like or you fall in love with a model, you can get the model separately as blister packs. And then these will come with the cards that you need for the game. But in the meantime, you can use the cards right out of here, just photocopy them or what have you, and you're good to go. That way you can try stuff out. You don't end up with a unit that you're not interested in or regret buying, like, it doesn't fit my play style sort of thing. So you can really try stuff out, and we encourage that because, we're all gamers too, and we've come from a lot of those backgrounds. I myself worked for Games Workshop for many, many years, so I'm familiar with some of those frustrations that other gamers have. But this right here, again, is the core set. A normal game will have 5 units per side, and that is what the core game comes with. It comes with 5 units for each faction, and then you can buy every other unit that we sell individually and separately.
All right, very, very cool. And this is out now. Where can people go get this?
Well, currently, obviously here at the con, we've also got our website, www.anvil-8.com. You can get everything through our website at the same price you would at any store. We're in a couple retail stores right now, Games Plus in Chicago, and I believe Dice Dojo has some stuff they're carrying right now. We're working on getting into retailers. That whole thing with distributors is kind of tricky. If there's any game stores out there that are interested, we're working with everybody individually, and we're more than happy to talk to people. You can get a hold of us through our emails or through the website. So we're very keen on doing that and working with people. We're open to any idea, so...
All right, thank you very much, Chris. That is Aetherium from Anvil 8 Games. It looks like something might be floating your boat. Be sure to check it out. If you're enjoying this Gen Con coverage, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And, of course, check out all of our awesome sponsors. I guess there's only 2. Check out both of them down below because they rock.
Bowers Game Corner presents Gen Con Video Bonanza 2015. Brought to you by Gatekeeper Games, makers of the King's Armory, Thunder Track, the new sequel to Turbo Rally Kart Racing, and the generosity of these great companies. They support us, go support them.